Oh yeah, you're here. So, well, welcome to my creative critical analysis. So, the question is, how did my production skills developed across this project? Throughout this project, my production skills developed across pre-production, production, and post-production, particularly in how I planned, executed, and refined ideas. One of the biggest areas for my growth was during pre production. Initially, we wrote and explored multiple script ideas, many of which we eventually did not use. Now, while this felt very inefficient at first, it helped me understand the importance of developing an idea critically, identifying weaknesses early on, and recognizing when a concept did not fully convey or communicate the intended theme or genre. Through this process, I improved in writing and refining a narrative, learning how to balance ambition with practicality. I became more aware of how ideas need to be realistic in terms of location, performance, and time constraints. This also highlighted the importance of time management, as revising scripts and replanning forced us to prioritize decision making and workflow more efficiently. By the final concept, I had a much clearer understanding of how planning directly impacts the quality of the final product. Oh, wait. Shoot. Mom told me to get some eggs. Follow me. During production, my cinematography skills developed significantly through hands-on use of the Sony a6600. I gained greater control over manual settings such as exposure, ISO, shutter speed, and white balance, allowing us to maintain a consistent visual style. I also developed a stronger understanding of camera angles and framing as tools for storytelling. For example, the boss was often framed using low-angle shots, visually reinforcing his authority and dominance, while the main character was filmed at eye level or slightly high angles to suggest vulnerability and lack of control. I also improved my use of camera angles and movement. Camera movement was kept minimal and controlled, with static shots used to build pressure and slow movement used to reflect unease. As you can also see, almost all of our shots are handheld to maintain that tension. This taught me that movement should be motivated by narrative and mood, rather than added for visual effect. In terms of lighting, I learned how low-key lighting and practical light sources could be used to create contrast and shadows, reinforcing the dark tone of the crime genre. This helped me understand how visual style can reflect character psychology and themes such as moral burden and power imbalance. Wait here, I'll get the eggs. My post-production skills developed mainly through editing in Adobe Premiere Pro. I moved beyond basic continuity editing and began focusing on pacing, rhythm, and tension. I learned how leaving pauses, using silence, and carefully timing cuts could influence audience emotion. You would have noticed how we didn't use any sound for our main character's footsteps, suggesting how he's not walking up to it, but being dragged. It symbolizes main character's emotional disassociation.
Hey, you wait like everybody else, pal.
Sound design also became more intentional as I used diegetic sound and selective silence symbolically to reflect power dynamics and emotional states. I used Why So Serious soundtrack from The Dark Knight because it builds tension very slowly and feels unsettling without being distracting. It helped me create a sense of pressure and inevitability. Overall, this project allowed me to develop not just technical skills, but a deeper understanding of how the production process goes on. From planning and script development to filming and editing, I learned how each stage influences the other. By the end of the project, I was able to make more confident, intentional creative decisions, demonstrating my growth in both production skills and my understanding of media language.